Hello friends, today we are going to learn something about the current ratios, how to solve the sums. Let us see the formula of current ratio. Current ratio says current assets upon current liabilities. I repeat the formula. Current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities. Now let us go through the contents of current assets. Current assets we can see here, it is CITCSO, right? We all know that in current assets there are 6 subheads. You can see that C is for current investments, I is for inventories, T is for trade receivables, C again cash and cash equivalents, S short-term loans and advances, O other current assets. So this is how we have to memorize current assets and its components, that is CITCSO, right? Now you must be thinking why these are marked with red, I and T. The reason of marking with red over here is the adjustments that we need to take care while solving the sums of current ratios. While calculating current assets, this I, that is inventories, we have to take inventories excluding loose tools and stores and spares. If any specific information is given that inventories include loose tools of so and so amount, stores and spares of so and so amount, so that has to be excluded. We need not to include while calculating current assets. In the same way, trade receivables. From trade receivables also, we need to deduct provision for doubtful debts, right? So these two important adjustments are there. I repeat again, from inventories, we need to exclude loose tools and stores and spares. And from trade receivables, we need to deduct the provision for doubtful debts. Now let us see the contents of current liabilities. We can see that current liabilities is equal to STOS, right? These are the 4 subheads of current liabilities. S, short-term borrowings, T, trade payables, O, other current liabilities, and S, short-term provisions. So STOS are the contents of current liabilities. Again, we can see that this S, short-term provisions, has been marked with red. The reason is very clear. From short-term provisions, we need to deduct provision for doubtful debts while calculating current liabilities for current ratio. Now, let us understand how to solve the sums of current ratio. The first question on your screen is calculate current ratio from the following balance sheet of Sun Limited as on 31st of March 2019. We can see that the balance sheet format has been very much clearly given to us. And then some additional information is also there. First one, short-term provision include provision for doubtful debt rupees 10,000. We already have discussed earlier, this amount has to be deducted from trade receivables and short-term provisions for calculating current ratio. Second is inventories include loose tools of rupees 25,000. Again, we know like this amount also has to be deducted from inventories while calculating current assets. Third, other current assets include prepaid expenses. This information is of no use to us right now for this sum. Let us start solving the sum. Let me write the formula for current ratio. So current ratio is equal to current assets on current liabilities, right? So this is a formula: current assets upon current liabilities. Okay, let me write the contents of current assets over here. Inventories plus trade receivables plus cash and cash equivalents plus short-term loans and advances plus other current assets, right? So these all are the contents of current assets. Now let me place the values over there. So current assets will be equal to, inventories is the first amount in which we are told that loose tools are included over there. So out of 2,40,000, I'll be deducting 25,000. So remaining amount is 2,15,000 for inventories. Trade receivables, that is 2 lakh rupees. Out of that trade receivables, I'm supposed to deduct provision for doubtful debt, that is 10,000. So after deducting 10,000 from 2 lakh, the remaining amount for trade receivables will be 1,90,000. Cash and cash equivalent will be taken as it is, that is 1,10,000. Short-term loans and advances 40,000, and other current assets 20,000, right? So the total of current assets will be equal to 5,75,000. After calculating the value of current assets, now let us calculate current liabilities. Current liabilities include trade payables plus other current liabilities plus short-term provisions. After knowing the basic contents of current liabilities, let us now work out on the amounts. So current liabilities will be equal to trade payables. I can see that is rupees 2 lakh plus other current liabilities, that is 50,000 plus 30,000 is for short-term provisions, but we need to remember that out of 30,000 we need to deduct 10,000 for provision for doubtful debts. So I shall deduct that out of 30, and the remaining is 20. So the total will be 2,70,000. Now I have current assets with me, I have current liabilities with me. So let me write the formula and put the values over there. Current ratio will be equal to, current assets was 5,75,000. That has to be divided by 2,70,000, which will be equal to 2.13 ratio 1. Let us start solving the next sum. The ratio of current assets 3 lakh rupees to current liabilities, that is 2 lakh, is 1.5 ratio 1, right? Current assets is 3 lakh, current liabilities is 2 lakh. The accountant of the firm is interested in maintaining a current ratio of 2:1 by paying off current liabilities, right? This is what is the transaction: by paying off current liabilities. Compute the amount of current liabilities that should be paid off so that the current ratio at the level of 2:1 may be maintained. Okay, we all know the present situation. Present situation is 1.5:1, right, for current assets and current liabilities. Let me write the value of current assets. Current assets is equal to rupees 3 lakh and current liabilities is equal to 2 lakh, right? This is what is the present situation given to us. The accountant of the firm is interested in maintaining a current ratio of 2:1 by paying off the current liabilities. Let us assume, let the current liabilities paid be X, right? We have just assumed that the amount of current liabilities paid is X. So now, after payment, let us know the current assets. So current assets will be equal to the assets for 3 lakh. We have paid some amount, so our current asset reduces, cash reduces, right? So 3 lakh minus X is the current assets after payment. In the same way, after payment, my current liabilities will also reduce. Earlier the liabilities were 2 lakh and the amount paid has been assumed as X. Okay, so after payment, current assets is 3 lakh minus X, current liabilities is 2 lakh minus X, and after payment, the current ratio to be maintained, right? Current ratio to be maintained is 2:1. We all know the formula, that is current assets upon current liabilities. Current ratio can be seen as 2:1. So 2:1 is equal to current assets. I can see that current assets is 3 lakh minus X and current liabilities is 2 lakh minus X, right? So I have placed the values over there. Now if I have to solve this, let me put it again over there. 2 into, this is 2 lakh minus X is equal to 3 lakh minus X, right? This is what is a unitary method you might have learned in the lower standards. Now if I have to solve this, this will be 4 lakh minus 2X, that will be equal to 3 lakh minus X. Okay, so moving ahead, so this will be equal to 2X minus X, that will be equal to 4 lakh minus 3 lakh. So X is equal to 1 lakh, right? X is equal to 1 lakh. So we can say that the amount paid for current liabilities will be 1 lakh to maintain the ratio of 2:1. Let us now go through the next sum. The sum says the current assets to current liabilities of firm is 7 lakh to rupees 3 lakh. The accountant of the firm wishes the current ratio to be 2:1 by acquiring goods on credit, right? So this is what is a transaction. By acquiring goods on credit, compute the amount of stock purchased. Same way as we have solved the previous sum, let us put it over there, the present situation. In present situation, we all know that current assets is given to us as rupees 7 lakh. Current liabilities is given as 3 lakh rupees. This is what is the present situation, right? Now, the transaction done over here is goods have been acquired on credit. So when goods are acquired on credit, our stock increases, which will increase our current assets. And because the goods have been acquired on credit, our liability increases, current liability increases. So let us see this now. After purchase of goods, after purchase of goods, what will be the change in the current assets? Current assets will be equal to, let us assume the goods purchased be X, right? So after purchase of goods, current assets will increases by that amount of X. That is what I have assumed. In the same way, current liabilities, because the goods are purchased on credit, my current liabilities also increases by the same amount, that is 3 lakh plus X. After the purchase of goods, we can see that current asset is 7 lakh plus X, current liability is 3 lakh plus X. And the current ratio after the transaction, right, that is equal to 2:1. That is what is given. Now let us find the amount of goods purchased. The same thing again, we need to apply the formula for current ratio. Let me write the formula for current ratio. Current ratio is equal to formula for current ratio is current assets on current liabilities, right? So this is the formula. Let us place the values over here. Current ratio can be seen as 2:1, right? That is equal to current assets after the purchase can be seen as 7 lakh plus X, and current liabilities can be seen as 3 lakh plus X, right? So let us solve this. 2 into 3 lakh plus X, that will be equal to 7 lakh plus X, right? So let us solve further. 2 into 3 lakh plus X, okay, that will be 6 lakh plus 2X, that is equal to 7 lakh plus X. So X will be equal to rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so we can say that the goods acquired on credit amounts to rupees 1 lakh, right? This is how you solve the sum. You have to compare the present situation, and then after the change, what will be the current asset, what will be the current liability, what is the new ratio given, you have to apply accordingly. Let us now move for the next sum. We can see that we have been asked to calculate current ratio from the following data. For current ratio, I need to have current assets and current liabilities. But if I just go through the data given to me, in this data, total assets, fixed assets tangible, shareholders fund, non-current investments and non-current liabilities is given. That means the contents which are required for the formula for current ratio, both the amounts are not there with us. To calculate the current assets and the current liabilities, you can see that I have prepared a balance sheet in T shape. This is just for the working. It is not at all acceptable by Companies Act now. So let us place the values in the balance sheet on the respective side for assets and liabilities. Assets, total assets, we can see that is 5,60,000. So if the total asset is 5,60,000, total of liabilities will also be 5,60,000. Fixed assets tangible is given. So let me place this on the asset side. Fixed assets tangible, The amount of the same can be seen as 2,30,000. Shareholders fund is given. Shareholders fund, we all know that it's a liability. So let me put it on the liability side. Amount for the same is 2,80,000. Non-current investment is the next amount. So let me place this non-current investments again on the liability asset side. And the amount of the non-current investments can be seen as 1,50,000. Non-current liabilities is the next amount given to us. So let me place this non-current liabilities on the liability side with the amount as 1,90,000, right? After placing the values on the respective side, the liabilities and the assets, the left out values, I'm sure you have understood now, that is current assets on the asset side and current liabilities on the liabilities side, right? Let us get the difference. Out of 560, if I have to remove 3,80,000, yes, the difference is bound to be 1,80,000, right? So this is what I have calculated as current assets. In the same way over here for the current liabilities. So the total of the two values, 280 and 190, right? That is 4,70,000. The difference will come to 90,000 for current liabilities, right? I'm sure like you all have understood. Okay, this balance sheet is for us as a working note, right? Let us now solve the sum for the current ratio. So now current assets. The formula for current ratio is, everybody knows this now, current ratio, that is current assets on current liabilities, right? So this is what is the formula. Now let us place the values. So current ratio is equal to, current assets can be seen as 1,80,000 to be divided by 90,000, the current liabilities, right? If you solve this, the answer will be 2:1, right? So this is how you solve the sum. So we have to understand that whenever the particulars are given, total assets, fixed assets, shareholders fund, all these things are given, let us prepare the balance sheet in the T shape, which will help us a lot to calculate the current assets and current liabilities, and we can place the values and get the answer, right? Next sum is, again we need to calculate the current ratio, but information given is working capital, that is 1,80,000, total debts 3,70,000, long-term debt is rupees 2 lakh. Let us start solving the things. Let us write the formulas of the information given. Total debts. Okay, we need to understand that total debts will always include the long-term debts and current liabilities, right? Now, out of 3, total debts, long-term debts and current liability, I can see that total debts and long-term debt is given to us. So let us directly calculate current liabilities, right? Current liabilities will be equal to total debts minus long-term debts. So total debts is 3,70,000, long-term debts is rupees 2 lakh. So that is equal to 1,70,000. We are done with current liabilities. After total debts, we are given working capital also. So working capital is equal to, the formula is current assets minus current liabilities, right? So let us place the values over there again. Out of 3, working capital, current assets and current liabilities, I can see that working capital is known to us and current liabilities is known to us. So for current assets, that will be equal to working capital plus current liabilities. The working capital is 1,80,000. Current liabilities is 1,70,000. So the total comes to 3,50,000. Right? Now we have current assets, we have current liabilities. Let us apply the formula over here again for current ratio. So current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities, right? So this is a formula. Let us place the values. Current ratio is equal to, current assets can be seen as 3,50,000, right? Current liabilities is 1,70,000. Okay, so 3,50,000 to be divided by 1,70,000, that is equal to 2.06 ratio 1, right? So this is how we solve the sum, right? I'm sure like you all have understood how to solve the sums based on current ratio. I have tried to cover the different type of sums. Thank you so much.